This example will demonstrate how Guide K-12 can support student performance through data visualization. In this example, we will map the students to their homes based on their high-stakes test scores. If there are clusters in any area where there's a sizable population not meeting the standards, we will create a mentoring program at the closest school and develop a communication plan. So let's jump in. First, what we want to do is we can filter on any characteristic in the student information system. But in this example, I want to specifically look for juniors that have taken the high stakes test score. And when I do that, they will populate on the map as dots connected to their attendance area. The color areas represent the high school boundaries. Next, I want to go back in and filter and find those students that are not meeting standards or partially meeting the standards and look at where they reside, and they will show up on the map shortly, but they are showing up in the school of attendance. Now I want to map them according to those standards of if they're meeting or not meeting. So you'll notice the color dots have now changed to dark blue or yellow. So all of the dark blue means they are not meeting standards, and the yellow means they're partially meeting standards. I can see that I have a grouping in this area of quite a few dark blue dots. So I'm going to zoom into that area and see if this would be a good area for me to create a program, a mentoring program for these students. And you can see there are quite a few dark blue dots. The green dot represents one of our buildings. That is actually a high school, which would be perfect. So next what I want to do is I can go in and I can create a line around the high school within a 2-mile radius. It will find all of the students that live within a 2-mile radius that are not meeting or meeting standards. And it can see in this dashboard that I have 75 students within a 2-mile radius of that building that would be eligible for this mentoring program. In fact, I can look at View Students and get actual names, addresses, and export this to a communication system or simply print mailing labels to communicate to these families that a mentoring program is being developed in their area that they could enroll in for an after-school program. Next, if I want to find the students that are exceeding standards, I can also do that, and they will populate the map with a light blue dot, and those students could actually be some of my mentors. And I can also view those students or and find the actual name of the student and some information about them to see if they would be good candidates to be leaders of this program. So in just a matter of a couple minutes, I've showed you how we can identify and query on the information in the student information system, find the academic performance, and create a mentoring program.